Bill Webb, one of the co-founders of Frog God Games, published an amazing book titled Bill Webb's Book of Dirty Tricks. We're reviewing the book, Bill Webb's Book of Dirty Tricks. Wow, that's a mouthful. And we are starting right now. Welcome to the Dungeon Master's Apprentice, and I'm your friendly neighborhood Dungeon Master. Here at the Dungeon Master's Apprentice, we work on creating The Cursed, a unique homebrew campaign, and we talk about how to have a great gaming session at the table. First, a disclaimer. I purchased this book with my own money and have no contact with either the author or the publisher. My views are my own. You can buy a softcover copy of Bill Webb's Book of Dirty Tricks on Amazon for $13.75 with free shipping, or buy it directly from the publisher for $10.99, or you can go my route and purchase the PDF only for $4.99. Clocking in at 80 pages, it isn't a big, thick tome, but it's chock full of ideas. The quick and dirty impression I got from reading this book cover to cover is that it is less of a blueprint and much more a source of inspiration. Bill organized his book in a manner that many people, myself included, may not be accustomed to. There are essentially three parts. First, he groups his dirty tricks into different categories. Personally, I would have called the categories situations, and I would have called his dirty tricks potential DM solutions. And then lists each of his dirty tricks that solve this particular category of problems as a sort of introductory index. Next, he delves into his custom rules for his game world. You would definitely categorize Mr. Webb as a low fantasy DM if you like low fantasy campaigns, like I do. Then you will love his treasure trove of custom rules. If you play on the high fantasy side in your campaigns, this section is probably not for you, but if you read it, you may just be able to find a nugget or two of game mastering wisdom you can use. For example, he advocates for the original way to gain most of the player's experience points, through treasure. But he goes further by having only treasure directly spent for XP counts. He correctly points out in the original D&D and AD&D games, advancement was quite slow with players, taking a couple of years to advance a character to 10th level. Can you imagine a 5e player that is accustomed to advancing a level every couple of games to decide, spend my hard-earned gold on better armor or on XP that gets me closer to the next level? The final section, and by far the largest, describes in detail situations that the DM can find themselves in, and then describes various ways that the Dungeon Master can fix it. Some of these situations I've gotten myself into, and if I had this book way back then, my players and I would have had a much better experience. One category is called Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, where he discusses ways to increase the power of low-level opponents in an encounter instead of just picking bigger and badder monsters. My favorite is looking for creatures with abilities that work symbiotically with each other, like wraiths with their incorporeal movement inhabiting a cave filled with giant spiders. The wraiths benefit from the decreased mobility and visibility that the characters suffer, while the character that dies from life-draining attacks are still good food for the spiders. Overall, I think this is a great addition to my collection, and the PDF is definitely priced right. I hope you enjoyed my little review of Bill Webb's Book of Dirty Tricks. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button, and of course, any suggestions you have would be appreciated, so don't forget to leave a comment. I hope you come back for the next installments, where I continue fleshing out my homebrew campaign world and discuss other Dungeon Mastery related topics, or even do a review or two. If you're enjoying this journey with me, then please consider to subscribe to this channel. If you do, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified every time new content is posted. Until then, adventure on.